Hi, it's David at Art of David Smith again. So this week on the art challenge is Superhero Week. So here I've got my, I suppose for want of a better word, little jelly baby generic characters. So we're going to turn these into, this week, Thor and Loki. But we're going to go old school Thor and Loki. So you can just make out the little characters what I've got, and if you refer to the Deadpool video or Black Widow, you'll see the same character what I've used. So the rationale behind this is it's a great exercise in taking the same figure and adapting it. So if it's a face, adding beards, big noses, big eyes, glasses, and seeing how you can affect an outcome with just using the same character but redressing the character every time. So we've got essentially the same character which is now flipped. So first one is going to be Thor. So I wanted to go old school Thor because I really wanted to make use of the feathers on the helmet to bring this character to life. So hopefully you've all been busy. The weather's taken a turn for the worst here now, so all the things which were going on in the garden keeping me busy now drew me indoors, and I'm catching up with commissions. So again, I've not been releasing any videos over the last week or so, but I will be making amends on that. It's just obviously I've had to catch up with paid commissions. Got to get the paid work sorted first, and then the project in the garden with the pizza oven and things what I'm trying to do at the moment is taking up the rest of my time. So hopefully you've all been keeping yourselves amused anyway during the lockdown, and there's still 42 videos on there for you to work through if anybody's bored. So what I'm doing here is quickly firing in the big feathers on the sides of the helmet, the wings. So again, I'm drawing it slightly darker than I normally would, and I'm working over it even though I'd normally have a piece of paper here to stop me rubbing, because I intend to ink these out afterward and rub out all the pencil lines. So any smudging or anything like that will be eradicated once I start rubbing everything out. So I've got the winged helmet on there now. Some eyebrows and a little expression. Now stick his outfit on. And as I mentioned, it's a really good exercise this for character generation. So say if you're concepting a new book or something like that and you're coming up with characters for it, you've got a generic thing to start with, but then you can adapt it, and it's just good practice for altering characters on the fly, I suppose, and you can see how you can adapt these characters very easily just with the same starting point. So what I'm quickly doing here, and using a little bit of perspective, is roughing in Mjolnir, Thor's mighty hammer. So stay tuned to the end of the video for those people that entered the art challenge this time. Not as many, so this may well be the last of the art challenges, so we'll have to see on that one. I'll be back to doing the normal videos after this. So I'll just have to tweak that hammer a little bit off camera, but giving you a rough idea. Now what I'm doing is accentuating certain features, so obviously the hammer's way larger than it would normally be, as with the feathers on the helmet. We're obviously trying to put more of a comedy twist on these characters, really play up to the little versions. So you can imagine maybe Thor and Loki running around the palace as youngsters, playing out the characters that they've become in later life. So, again, on the old Thor suit, got these circular chest plates on there. Now, obviously what we do need is his big Thor hairdo, so I want to really accentuate that, so it's spilling out from underneath the helmet. And then last but not least, his cape spilling out of the back. So again, very quickly, you can see just with our generic starting point we've now got Thor, and when I do the clean up, obviously I'll knock out the lines which are no longer relevant and accentuate the others. Just a bit of electricity around the hammer as well. Now when we move on to Loki, again, we're a bit of an old school Loki this one. So always more difficult when I'm over this side because I'm trying not to get my head in the way of the camera. Whoops. It's the central point running through the face, because what we have is this helmet comes down into a little bit of a point. To the side. Now, certainly if you like this video, it's worth watching the little Spidey one, Hawkeye Black Widow. Because again, it's kind of taking the same idea and running with it. So, old school Loki, a little bit different on what he wears, but it lends itself better, these old school costumes, for what I'm doing with these drawings. A little bit more, they're a lot slicker now, certainly the movie versions, as you'd expect with Hollywood. But the old comic versions, you've certainly got a bit more to look at. So, and very quickly firing in the main components before we get to the inking stage. The little details onto the bottom of the shoes, or boots in this case. It's got this kind of bit of a chest plate thing going on, this detail down front. And then the all important staff. So what I've done just before starting the video was I've drawn a line in here because it starts at the front and then goes out behind his body. So I wanted to be able to line that up. So it comes out of the front. The rain came down again. Starting to splatter against the window. I don't know if you're picking that up on the camera. Also seem to be playing the music quite loud next door, so if you're picking up on that as well. So the staff there. Now obviously we've got Thor as being quite friendly, so by altering the eyebrows on Loki we can instantly make him a lot grumpier. There's obviously that bit of jealousy between them, so I'm going to pop his hair in as well. So again, just like with the Thor character, we're exaggerating certain features. And what I want to do at a later date is actually do some realistic drawings of the Marvel characters. So hit subscribe and even the bell icon on the just want to get the horns right, because they do curl right over. Hopefully you've still got these on camera, not gone over the page. rough these in and then clean them up. Another one. And even if it's slipped off a camera, you're not quite seeing this horn. You'll obviously see it on the final version anyway. But again, it's a case of accentuating some of the key features. Whereas on Thor, it's the hammer and the wings on the helmet. Obviously on Loki, it's the horned helmet. Accentuated the hair as well. So there you go. There's the outlines of them now. So what I'll do is, you've seen me ink dozens of times now, so I'll stop the video here. I will then speed up the inking process, and obviously I'll catch you on the next part of the video, so bear with me a moment. I'm just going to speed this up. Alright, we're back again. So we've done the sped up version where we inked in the characters. So here we now have our two finished characters. So we've got little Thor and little Loki here, all inked in, ready to be scanned and coloured on the computer. So as I mentioned right at the beginning of the video, by just taking our generic Jelly Baby type character, we've dressed them completely differently to make our two characters just like we did with the Hawkeye and Black Widow characters and Deadpool. So check those videos out. In the meantime, give this a go. Have a go and try doing this exercise yourself. I'm going to post this up now, so in the meantime, look after yourselves. Keep drawing. Hopefully this lockdown won't last too much longer, and we'll start getting back to some normality. But keep subscribing, keep following, and keep giving me comments. So I'll catch you on the next one. But in the meantime, look after yourselves. All the best. Thanks. Bye bye.